be discussing two problems. One is search in a sorted array of unknown size, and second one is miss. So we will go from discuss the approach, what can be the approach, and how can we basically try to solve this problem. So just go through with the problem. Meanwhile, I will try to explain the problem also. So the problem says a sorted array has been given to you, but you cannot calculate the size of that array. So the size is unknown for us, and we need to search an element in the sorted array. Earlier, when we discuss around the binary search approach, we know the size of our array so that we know what is our low, what is our high, so that we can calculate the mid and find the element also. But in this question, we do not know the size. So, and this is one of the favorite question from the Microsoft interview. So how should we approach this problem? Because we don't know the number of elements in an array. But the question says you must write an algorithm with order of log and runtime complexity. So if we are going to write the algorithm in order of log and time, we need to think of binary search only. And for binary search, we need to find the low and high so that we can easily find out the element exist or not exist. So in the first array, if you see the input array first, -1, 0, 3, 5, 9, 12, we need to find the element, target element, which is 9. So yes, 9 exists at the fourth index. So we return the fourth index as the output. Similarly, for the second array, we try to search the element target 2, which does not exist in an array. So we return -1. So these are two scenarios. If an element exists, we need to return the index. If the element does not exist, we return the -1. Now the question comes, how do we calculate the high so that we can apply the binary search and solve the problem in order of log and time? So this is very specific problem where we need to use the approach for finding high. So let me go through with the algorithm first. I hope everyone can read. Right. So what we do basically check whether our right is within the boundary. Like suppose, for example, we know for the first example. Let me copy paste the first example here only. So as I write the example on the top only. So if you see, we do not know the size of a array, but we need to search the 9 element, like whether it exists or not exists. So initially I took left or right is to some default value. We can call them left or right, or we can call them low and high also. It's just a naming convention. So initially we took 0 and 1. Suppose if the target element is greater than the right part. So we will just compare, like in the method, we will get some API for which we can check like for a particular index, what is the element. So we see in this array, we can see the element is 0. So 0 is greater than 9? No, it means the element cannot be on the left side. So we need to search on the right side. But how do we basically define the next right? So that's the question. So to solve this in logarithmic time, earlier what we did is we always divide our array into half every time. So that was our approach while we are using binary search. So in this case, we will use the reverse approach to find the right point to the right or the high point. So what we will do, we will multiply the right by 2. Instead of like earlier, what we are doing was we are dividing the array by half. Now we need to find the right or high. We need to multiply by 2, so that every time when we multiply by 2, it's basically like initially 1, then we multiply by 2, 2, then again multiply by 2, 4, then again multiply by 2, which is 8. So it will basically vary into multiple of 2 only, and which is going to be in logarithmic time only. So we can find out the boundaries within the logarithmic time only. So our logic is first find the boundary, then apply the binary search. It seems to be very simple. For finding the boundary, we will use the logarithmic approach, which is basically always multiplying the right by 2, multiply by 2. And there are two ways to multiply. One is basically you can directly write right equal to right multiply by 2. And another approach could be right. We use left shift operator, which is basically again the same as a multiply by 2 only. So this is mentioned here, right? And once we find the left and right, then basically we just apply the binary search and we will return the result. So now, is it clear? The algorithm part is clear or not?
Nishant, can you repeat again? There is some noise issue happening, so if you can repeat.
Okay.
It's breaking a little bit.
Okay. So currently we divide our algorithm into two parts. One is finding or defining the boundaries. Second is applying a binary search. Okay. Now first approach, like we divide it into two steps. So first step is defining boundaries. So how do we define a boundary of unknown size of an array? So we initially took some assumptions. Okay, assume that low is equal to 0, high is equal to 1, or we say left is equal to 0 or right is equal to 1. Then we check whether target element is greater than the right element or not. So we directly check with the like there is some API given in the method itself to get the element in by index. So we pass right as an index. So we check the element is 0. Now we will compare 0 with the target value, whether it's equal to, whether it's less than or greater than. If it's the target value is greater than the right value, then it means we cannot find the element on the left side. So we need to redefine the boundaries again. And to redefine the boundaries, what we are doing is we are multiplying our high or right by 2. So every time when we multiply by 2, it always increases by 2. Basically, we are increasing by double only. So every time the size is doubling. So it's the logic for the logarithmic iteration where we can reiterate the boundaries again and again to find out the solution set. And then in the solution set, we can search for the results. So that's the logic. I hope it's clear now.
Yeah, Nishant, it's clear. So we are taking multiply by 2 just to extend the boundary.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, then let me go through with the solution. The solution is very easy. This is the solution. So initially we defined two variables, left and right. We called as left and right. You can call as low and high. It's up to you. Then in the method itself, there are two arguments. One is reader argument, another is target argument. Reader argument, the question says to get the value at particular index, you will use reader like reader.get, pass the index, it will give you the element. Because you do not know the size, so they provided a array reader class which expose a get method to get the element from the array. So in this, what we did is we want to find the boundaries. So we will check for the right, like reader.get right, whether it's less than target or not. If it's less than target, it means we need to increase our array size such that until and unless we basically cover our solution set in it. So everyone can understand, right? This is the solution written in Swift. We can write the same solution in CPP also. The same, basically, we took two variable left and right, and we tried a while loop, and then we find a pivot, and then we do the binary search. if we need to write a solution in Java also, the same approach. We took two variables, did the while loop, did the binary search.
Nishant, what will be the complexity?
Yes, Kiran.
For this binary search, it will be log n,
So
and for
right,
while loop, n.
that will also be log n only, because if you remember, in binary search, we always try to divide our array by half, right?
Huh.
So similarly, in the while loop, what we are trying to do is we are increasing our range by 2 only, multiply by 2 only. So the solution set remain in the log n mix size only.
Okay, log n plus log n, तो means log n.
Log n only, yes.
ठीक
And
है,
there will be
okay.
no space complexity.
Okay.
Any other doubt? So these are our time complexity and space complexity for these solutions. I hope the solution is clear to everyone.
Yes,
In
it's
case if
clear.
you have any doubt, please ask.
Yeah, Nishant, it's
Okay.
clear.
Yeah, if it's clear, then we will move to next question.
Yeah, so the only different thing we are doing apart from the binary search, we finding the range. So that's the only change we are.
Range. Right.
Yeah.
And the
And
logic
this,
while applying for finding the range should be in order of log n time only.
Yeah.
and this multiply by 2, you are replacing with shift operators for the time limit.
I was saying bitwise operator is always optimized way to multiply a number, because it's just we are shifting a binary bits within a number itself. And while we are doing the multiplication using a star operator, we are basically trying to calculate a multiplication using two numbers and then trying to store in another variable. So shifting operator is always optimized way, but for this problem, you can choose any other, like normal multiplication also.
ठीक है, okay, okay.
Okay, then let's move to another question, which is missing number. It's an easy question only, but normally in the mid-size or small size companies, interviewer asks these questions to check the familiarity of a candidate, whether he or she is familiar with data structures and algorithms or not. So the question says, given a array of n distinct number in the range of 0 to n, and you need to find the missing number in the array. So for example, if we see 301, right? The size of that array is 0 to 3, right? So the number element missing is 2 in the first input array. So let me explain through example. So suppose we say 0 to n range, and n is size of array. So the range changes to 0 to 3. All the element exist from 0 to 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now the input array says we have 3, 0, 1. Which element is missing? 2. Similarly, for the second input, the size is 2. So basically range is 0 to 2. All the element exist is 0, 1, 2. Which element is missing? 2. Similarly, for the third input, 8 is missing. Similarly, for the fourth input, size is 1, so 1 is missing. Question is clear?
Yes, Nishant.
Then let's move to the solution part. So there are multiple solutions for this problem. We will discuss few approaches first. So first approach should be sorting. What I can do is I can directly sort the number, and then I will check all the indexes. Like for example, if we have a range like this 0, 1, 2, 3, and suppose input is something like this 0, 2, 3. So we will check after sorting. After sorting this array, it look like 0, 2, 3. Suppose the input array looks like this. This is our input array. So after sorting, it will move to this. Now I will just check the index. It should match the index. So 0 is equal to 0. Yes. 1 is equal to 2. No. So we know 1 is missing in this array. That could be a way to find a missing element. But with this solution, what we did is we did first sorting, and then we tried to find out with the index only, like whether a particular element is on the say right index or not. If not, it means the particular element is missing from the array. For this solution, the time complexity will be order of n log n. Now, can we try to find another way? Like instead of comparing the indexes, what we can do is once we sorted our array, we can apply a binary search to find a element, whether a particular element exists or not exists in the array. So binary search will also do the same thing. Like earlier, what we are trying to do is we are trying to compare the index. Now in the binary search, we will try to compare the mid, like the mid which we calculated, which is an index, is equal to an element or not. If it's equal to, it means this is not my solution set. So I will move to left or right, and then we can find the solution also. The time complexity will remain same, order of n log n. So there is nothing difference between these two solutions, the sorting and finding the index, or sorting then searching through binary search. Then let's move to third approach. Third approach could be I can use set, where I can store all the nums, and then while traverse, which basically store all the numbers, and then we try to traverse from 0 to n only, and we will be checking whether a number exists in our set or not. If it does not exist, it means this is the missing number. That would be another approach. But in this approach, the time complexity is order of n, but space complexity is order of n also, because we are taking set to store the numbers, and then we are basically checking a number already exists or not exist. This could be another approach to solve this problem. But the time complexity is order of n, space complexity is also order of n for this approach. Any doubt?
It's clear, Nishant.
Okay. Then let's move to fourth solution. Fourth solution is basically normal math problem, which we all basically studied in our elementary school. Like if you want to basically calculate the sum from 1 to n numbers, then how do we calculate n into n plus 1 divided by 2? That's the formula. And then we basically calculate the sum of array, and we basically reduce. We know like from 0 to n, we have some sum, and we know the sum of the nums array. If we reduce the total sum minus nums sum, we will find a missing element. So that's the logic here. So let me explain with the example only. So suppose this is my input array. Okay, so in this array 5 is missing. So the total sum is 4 plus 3, 7 plus 3, 10. So total sum is 10, which is num sum. I will say ns. And suppose if 0 to n are considered, what will be the sum over? So n is 5. So total sum will be 5 multiplied by 6 divided by 2, which is 15. So 15 minus 10, 5 is missing. So that's the logic here. So in this, we basically, for calculating a sum of nums array, we take order of n time, but there is no space complexity here. So overall, if we see the time complexity is order of n, but space complexity is order of 1. This could be our highly optimized solution, at least for now. Then there is one more approach. If you guys have any doubt, please ask, else we will move to another approach. No doubt. Okay. Let's move to the last approach, which is basically a bit manipulation. So in this, what we are trying to do is earlier in the first approach, if you remember, we tried to compare with the index, right? So here we took two variables. One is I, another is result. Result is basically storing our result array. And now we will trying to traverse through while loop only and using the XOR operator. So in this, how it will work? It will basically take XOR between three variables. One is I, which is index. One is nums array, which is holding the value. So this is also the similar approach, similar to first one, which we did through the for loop, and we tried to find out if they are not matching with the index, then we know it's a missing element. So if the index and the number matches, then basically the XOR becomes null or zero. So suppose all the elements which are present, they will somehow XOR with their indexes. Only the element which is missing in the nums array will not be able to XOR. So that would be our result, the final output. Let me try to explain with the example. So suppose we have array 0, 1, 2. Okay. Now the missing element is 3. Now what we will do is suppose 0, this is nums I. Now I, which is also 0, XOR of this will become 0 only. So similarly, if we do XOR for 1, 1, 2, 2, but there is no 3 element. So index would be 3, but there is no element for 3. So the output would be 3 only. So this we can do through the bit manipulation. The code can be written simply also, like we can directly write using the index and the numi. We can do the XORs and we can find out the missing element. Any doubt for the bit manipulation approach? Okay,
Nishant,
so we discussed. Yes, Janendra.
actually, in last solution,
Mhm.
uh, we are doing in while loop result equal to result XOR I,
XOR.
XOR nums I. Okay. So for
Right.
0, 1, 2, it will be 0. For last number, it will
No, no,
be
no.
result.
It's not multiplication, Janan. If you do the XOR part, what the XOR says, like suppose 0, 0 will result in 0, 1, 0 will
Yeah.
result in 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 will result in 1, 1, 1, 1 is result in 0. So we need to
Oh,
know about the bit manipulation for XOR, how the XOR works. Then you try to calculate. It's not the simple multiplication that we multiply 0 with any other variable. The result is always 0.
okay, I will check it.
Yeah, just try to do with the paper pen. And in case if you feel something is not clear, feel free to ping me.
Okay, okay, fine.
So these are the 5 approaches which we discuss. If anyone has any doubt, please ask. No? Okay, then guys, for today's session, I just prepared 2 questions only. So first one
Nishant,
was, yes.
if they will have negative numbers also, then what
Mhm.
type of approach? How we have to change this approach? कुछ idea? Like
Okay,
अभी तो their number are from 0 to n, but
right.
I saw one question in that they are asking like multiple numbers are missing. One question is this. So they were
Yes.
saying give all the numbers which are missing. And second one, my doubt is like if we have negative numbers also, then this third approach n into n plus 1, this will not work,
Mhm.
right?
Right,
Then
right.
how, what will be the
Okay.
optimized solution in that case?
Okay, so first of all, you will give me the solution through out of these five, which one is applicable for your problem? Just try to think.
These first three will work, I think, approach 1, 2, 3. Fifth approach, I
Right.
don't know exact, so I can't say. But fourth,
No, it won't work.
definitely will not
Yes.
work.
So the first three will work. Now,
Hmm.
the first two is order of n log n. The third one
Hmm.
is order of n with the space
Hmm.
complexity. So these
Hmm.
could be possible solutions for your problem.
Okay, then ये third वाला will be the optimized, but उसमें space complexity
Space आएगा. Right.
ठीक है. And अगर multiple number missing है, then
Then also, like if you basically store into the set only, and when you traverse from suppose minus n to plus n, then you will check into set whether a number exists or not exist, and then you will basically say these are the missing
अच्छा,
elements.
okay, 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 ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, okay.
Nishant, one doubt for the first
Mhm.
approach, how can be the time complexity will be n log n?
Because we did the sorting part. If you see this, that are num sorted, we are doing sorting also. Sorting is in n log n time.
Okay. But there is one loop also we are running.
Yeah, so n log n plus n is n log n only.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay then, so we discussed two problems. First one was search in a sorted array of unknown size. We go through with the algorithm, then we go with the multiple solutions written in different programming language, Swift, CPP, and Java. Then we went into the second question, which is missing number. We check five approaches to solve a particular problem. So thank you so much, guys. Please try to practice these problems with different approaches because you never know which approach will click.